for the icebreaker, I think I'm going to need to do some deep dive on what I want to present to the group. As you've mentioned, you don't want to go dark or reveal your deepest, darkest secrets.
Let me clarify something. Toastmasters, in general, are very interested in your deepest, darkest secrets. My advice as mentor was more protective of you. Might not feel comfortable to go straight to that. It's more challenging to be vulnerable. But eventually, everyone will want to know. Hi, my name's Brendan O'Sullivan, a Toastmaster from Brisbane, Australia. Welcome to my Toastmasters World Tour Podcast. Please join me as I travel virtually around the world and chat to Toastmasters from different countries and all walks of life. Let's explore. For this episode of Toastmasters World Tour, we travel virtually back to my hometown, Brisbane, famous for its river city lifestyle, jacaranda trees in spring, and will be the host of the 2032 Olympic Games. I have an unplanned impromptu chat sprung on today's guest at the end of my first mentor session, my home Toastmasters clubmate, Beryl Rachier, who recently joined Toastmasters for the first time. Let's hear how her impressions compare to her expectations and what she hopes to gain. Hey, Beryl, welcome to the show. Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Thanks, Brendan. So my name's Beryl Rachier. I think usually people would describe themselves by their profession. So I'm an environment and planning lawyer based here in Brisbane. And I live in Brisbane, have been here for about 7 years or so. And having done my university at the University of Adelaide, so I was previously in South Australia. But my background that always comes to the forefront is everyone wants to know where you're from. And so I do give people a bit of some difficulty in answering that because I usually would say, oh, I'm from Brisbane or I'm from South Australia. But my parents are born in Kenya and I was born and raised in Kenya. So that's a general overview of myself.
Lovely. And recently you joined Toastmasters. What made you want to join Toastmasters?
I wanted to join Toastmasters because I had a development in my life that had got me thinking about my presentation styles and my capabilities at work. Generally, I believe that I am quite a confident person, speaking-wise as well. But however, there was just a moment when there was some concern that I was losing that confidence. And I decided that Toastmasters would actually be a sort of good stepping stone. It was actually a decision between improv comedy or Toastmasters. And so I thought, which one is less challenging? And I thought, oh, let's go with Toastmasters. I'll do improv later. So that's the reason.
Can I ask, what was the development? What happened exactly?
It was more along the lines of just losing that capability to speak up quite quickly, as well as either having, interestingly, quite a shaky voice, which had not been the case ever or previously. So it is quite a laughing situation between my sister and I because she keeps saying, something happened to your voice. So, but anyway, yeah, so I can't quite pinpoint exactly what the development was, but just that general decline in voice projection. That's even without public speaking, but generally in just normal, ordinary speaking, voice projection decreasing, and that inability to also think quite quickly and respond and to retain that information while responding.
So, was this work situations where you were getting public speaking opportunities?
Both work and social situations. So, work wise, of course, we've got the general internal meetings and we've got opportunities to also lead client meetings as well as presentations. So, you have three sort of different opportunities ranging in formality. And then socially, you would have social engagements, like community engagements, where they would require people to show up and have a conversation or present a position to the audience. So there would be those two situations.
With the social ones, were they still work related?
No, they actually weren't. So with some of the community events, you have either charitable organizations or national holidays for different communities. And I have a couple of contacts who usually contribute either financially or in other means to those programs. And at times they're unable to attend those programs. So when they have a slot that requires this individual who has supported this organization to give a vote of thanks or give sort of a spiel about the organization or what they're trying to achieve, I would usually be nominated to do that on behalf of these people. And so those would be the situations.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what charity was it?
There's one that is called Lighthouse, and it is an organization that is geared towards repurposing old laptops and having these donated to less fortunate communities, which are usually in the Pacific Islands.
Uh-huh. And how long would you have to speak?
It would be brief. It's not a full on speech, it's just acknowledging what the event is, thanking the relevant audience members, the participants as well, and then just sort of more a long vote of thanks. So that usually can be as short or as long as you feel like it should be, but it's not really a slotted period on which you have to speak.
And what sort of a crowd would there be in the audience?
The audience would be mostly professionals.
How large?
You're looking at a room of about 50
Oh,
to 100 people.
that's a lot to get up in front of. How did that go?
Uh, I think for the one occasion that I can recall, I wasn't actually prepared to give that message, but I think it just was a convenient time when ChatGPT had just come out. So I just had that prepare a quick vote of thanks, which I used. And so it was quite easy. But again, this was pre my confidence stage. So I was pretty happy to do it and had no qualms.
Awesome. So recently you joined my home club, Mad Chatters. What made you choose Mad Chatters when you looked into Toastmasters?
I was looking at the website generally and trying to locate a club that was close to home. So it just so happened that Mad Chatters is at the train line that I use every day. So I think that was a real big seller for me to join it because of the convenience given my work commitments.
And how's the experience of joining Mad Chatters been? Does it been what you expected?
It's very different from what I expected, but when I think about what I actually expected, I can't quite put my finger on it. but I did not expect the format. And I think I've also tried to explain this to people and explain that it's different speaking opportunities, different content. It's not always a speech related event. And I think maybe that's what I thought it would be. I thought it would be a meeting where you come in, have a couple of people prepare speeches, and be on your merry way and go home. But then I think what I've seen is quite different and engaging, which actually is quite important to achieve so that you have people that are continuously interested, and it also changes the aspects and pretty much the different types of conversational and public speaking skills that people are trying to develop.
So it's not quite what you expected. Has it exceeded your expectations then? Are you glad that is how it is, or you got some disappointments there?
It has exceeded my expectations. I think the only concern that I've had so far is the length of the sessions. I think in my mind, what I had expected would be about an hour and a half commitment, but then it's about two going on a bit more. But upon reflection, I think that is actually a substantive time to be able to commit, to be able to achieve what you're looking for, given that it's only two meetings each month. So having that 2 hour time frame does make sense. It's just slightly a drain when you've had a long day at
Yes.
work, and then committing to something similar, which is book based and speech based, which is what you've been doing the whole day.
Is there anything else that you'd change about the meetings?
I think the meetings are good as they are. Like, there's no issues that I've come across. The location's good, the format is good. I think one query I've had is in terms of the timekeeping rule. I had a read of one of the manuals, and it mentioned that it's good to keep people in time, but it's not clear what if there are any penalties or people are geared towards ensuring that time is kept. So I think that would be one thing, just to understand the value of that aspect of that meeting. If the intention is to train people as well to be succinct and to make their presentations or activities to fit within a time frame.
Okay. Have you had a favourite moment in Toastmasters so far?
A favorite moment? I think it must have been the first meeting, and I think it was a Valentine's themed one. And it was a surreal experience. And I think that if I don't count the first meeting as the most enjoyable meeting, because I didn't know what I was getting into, I didn't know what to expect, and it was just me absorbing the experience. So I could say that is so far the most enjoyable.
What would you like to get out of Toastmasters?
Interesting is that what I wanted to get out of Toastmasters is that ability to master my public speaking skills as well as thinking on my feet. And so far from the meetings I've attended, that has really been challenging. So, and I think in addition to the public speaking mastery, I think it's just that ability to be comfortable, confident, and that quick thinking skills and being able to deliver even if you're not completely prepared or aware of what the question is. So it's actually quite interesting. It's also a listening skill and critical thinking skill. So that is what I like to come out to achieve from this, me joining Mad Chatters. And I've also seen on the website that there's actually opportunities for leadership skills. That wasn't on my radar, but I would be quite interested to see once I do finish what I've set out to achieve, whether that is something that could actually be something of interest and how far I can take that.
That was actually my next question. Any interest in the leadership skills? Is there any particular role that grabs your fancy?
At the moment, I think it would be, I'm not good at finances, so it wouldn't be financial. President, no, not at the moment. VP, that looks like a lot of admin work. So I think I would take it easy and do the least challenging role. If there's a role for beginners, I'll sign up for that.
Anything else you'd like to add today, Beryl?
I think I would like to commend the current club, Mad Chatters, that's currently being run at Sherwood RSL. And I'd like to also commend the participants and the membership people. They've been very good at welcoming new people. There has been no pressure in joining the club, and all the information has been quite handy. I was quite surprised that you actually do get a mentor and someone to guide you through the process, which is a very mind blowing thing to find in a club that is a not for profit. I'm assuming it's not for profit, but yeah, that sort of structure and support that they're willing to give the new members. And most importantly, thank you, Brendan, for agreeing to be my mentor and surprising me with this podcast.
So we've just had a mentor session and then I sprung this on you at the end.
Yes, it is.
The other thing I can spring upon you is that this is actually my first time being a Toastmasters mentor.
Okay. Oh, good. I couldn't tell that you didn't know anything. No, but thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
One more question. How many meetings have you now been to, Beryl, at Mad Chatters?
If I recall, so if I joined in February, I've only missed one meeting. That was the April one. So February, March, April, May, that's 4 months. So I've done 7.
Okay. And you've got your icebreaker coming up. How are you feeling about that?
I don't have my icebreaker coming up. I'm supposed to put up myself for an icebreaker, but I suppose what I have in this meeting coming up on Thursday is the traveling tale, which seems like a very small role, which I think is very good to be placed as a beginner. So I'm excited because I think that will be a short position and a segment to run. But more importantly, for the icebreaker, I think I'm going to need to do some deep dive on what I want to present to the group. As you've mentioned, you don't want to go dark or reveal your deepest, darkest secrets. And I think I've been accused of being unable to lie or to scheme over a few things. So for me, it's going to be like, oh, wait, that was too much. That was too much information. So it's going to be more of a challenge of having that structure. But I think in terms of the confidence to present, I think that would be good. It's just the preparation that might be challenging.
Let me clarify something. Toastmasters in general are very interested in your deepest, darkest secrets. My advice as mentor was more protective of you. Might not feel comfortable to go straight to that. It's more challenging to be vulnerable.
Yeah. I'll start with my highest vulnerability.
But eventually, everyone will want to know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
one more question. Did you check out any other clubs before joining Mad Chatters?
No.
Okay. And so this was your first ever Toastmasters club?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining the show today, Beryl. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, Brendan.
Okay,
I'll send you my invoice.
I look forward to seeing it at the club more regularly too.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to today's show. One of the key elements of Toastmasters is evaluations. This is how we grow and improve, both by encouraging comments for things we got right and points for improvement. We all learn and benefit from these evaluations, not just the person being evaluated. So any feedback in the comments is greatly appreciated. If you have a Toastmasters story you'd like to share or would like to be on the show, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at toastmastersworldtour@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.